Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Worthy. So today I've got a very special guest that will introduce themselves. But the topic that we'll be discussing today is why a person should first rediscover themselves, find independency before entering a relationship. So yeah, that's the main question. We're going to be unpacking negative and positive impacts of independency. Right. Hello, please welcome yourself to the channel.
Hello, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Olayemi, and I am from Nigeria. I live here in China too. Thank you.
Ah, that's a quick intro. Okay, right. So basically, remember when we were speaking the other day about how women are like a bit too independent and how that is challenging the norms of today. What do you think or feel that a woman should do before they enter a relationship? Are you with or against independency itself?
Hmm. All right. For me, I would have to add some certain clauses into it first. Uh, it depends on the person. It depends on the woman.
Mm.
Sometimes I do not have. In fact, everybody should have independency
Yes, male and
before marriage.
females. Yeah.
Everybody, both male and female.
Mm.
But the problem is that uh, some people or the world, some people get to understand what that independency really means.
Mm.
Some people's understanding when it comes to independency is different
Mm.
from what is actually the true meaning. You
Mm.
understand? So when you have the wrong meaning or the wrong perspective about a particular theory,
Yeah.
then you move towards that thing wrongly.
Mm.
So
Okay.
when we say independence, what they basically mean is that not you being free of your roles
Mm.
in a marriage. Now, as a man, we are built to be a provider. We are built to be this. We are built to stake our necks, for the family,
Work.
for the home. We are built like that.
Mm.
Now, for a woman, you are built to fill in the gap. Also, you have your own specialty in a marriage as well.
To
I did not
nurture.
want to like say specific things, but you get what I mean. So
Yes.
now, so I am meant to seek independence by default. I am meant to seek freedom by default. I'm meant to. When I say freedom, I mean financial freedom. Do you
Mm.
understand?
As a man.
As a man, by default, I am supposed to
Mm.
be standing. I'm supposed to stand alone if I would say, oh, I want to marry, because those things are the things I would need in that marriage, right?
Definitely.
Mhm. So now, as a woman, are you supposed to, or you are not supposed to?
Mm.
Now, the question is, who is that woman?
Mm.
The first thing is, when we talk about that person, is that person the person that understands the true meaning of independence,
Mm.
of the one or the ones that has their faith, that look up to their faith, that are single people?
Independent.
Do you understand?
Mm.
So we have to first of all look at the person first before we decide and say this person actually deserve to be independent. Now, what do that person see as independence? Some women see independence as they don't have to take controls from men,
Mm.
from their husband. They are fine on their own. But in true sense, you are not fine on your own.
Can I just get in
Yeah, yeah,
there?
sure.
Um, Before we go there, I just want us to first stabilize or like understand what is independence or what we believe is independency so that we can then unpack that. Because yes, there's gender inequalities, yes, you are
Yes.
correct. But here in this platform, today's episode, I want to educate people what independency is. Because yes, like you're saying, there's different independencies,
Yes.
but the main important one that I want us to discuss is like before entering a relationship, first stabilize yourself and first find yourself and first have financial independence before going into marriage. Like you're saying, for example, that there's different parts, there's different scenarios of independencies, or there's different meanings to it,
People's
right?
head.
Yeah. So before we unpack that, I just want us to be on the same page.
Yeah.
So, like, my belief system is that before going into a relationship or before getting married, first find yourself, get a job, educate yourself, get a side job or get a business or whatever. Find yourself, have your own, so that when you get into a marriage,
Mm.
you are not stuck there and you can move if you want to move.
Move to where?
For example, if someone is abusing you, you don't have to stay because
Okay.
why?
So
You
why
can buy
would
food.
you why would you marry somebody that would be abusing you?
There's a lot of scenarios. At the end of the
Yes.
day, a man, or no, guys, don't come at me. For example, there are scenarios where women got married to normal, nice men, and then in the marriage, someone changes. Do you understand? We don't know why, but then what does that woman then do? Do they stay in the relationship because they have to feed the kids, they don't have a job, they don't have food? Or because they're independent, they have their own job, they have a side income or whatever, they can move. That's what I mean when I say move. I don't mean like
So
necessarily
when you say move, you mean
go.
divorce, right?
Yes,
Divorce.
divorce.
Okay, so now, when you started this thing, you said now, you said you defined what independence means to you. So now it's a good one. You see, even when you do something bad and you're in court, they will check the intention. So what is the intention behind you seeking that independence?
Yeah. And
Do you
that's what I want
understand?
to teach,
Aha.
especially the young generation.
Yeah, I think people really need to understand what your meaning of independence is first. So if the meaning of me being free is so that I can do whatever it is I want, carry as many girls as I want, as many, does that make me a bad person? Does it make me bad? Or does it make me not understand what independence is?
It's no, because that is your values and that's your
Exactly.
norms. But I want us, the main purpose of this episode is that we discuss why for women it's very
No,
important.
I understand. I
Specifically,
understand
or
you.
for men and women.
I'm trying to tell you that everybody has their own independence, the meaning of their own independence. Do you get? And the intention of that independence. So, for instance, now there are some men that has maybe gone through something and they just had the person in mind and say, "Omo, I just want to be free, so that I can show this person that
I
I
can.
can." Do you understand? So now this is this on this discussion now for women. It is very, very important that you want that freedom, that financial freedom. In fact, the
Very
most
important.
important part is the financial freedom. It's very important that you want it not with the intention or a backup plan, not for a backup plan of you escaping if you eventually get married. If it happens, you can go. If you think you can't take it, or if it's too much for you, and you've tried, be certain that you've tried. Like you have really, really tried to fix it, and it's not working. Then you can go because you have the freedom, you have the financial capability to you have the financial capacity rather to move on your own and to stay on your own. So that intention is good. Or you have that intention so that you can support your man, so that your man don't see you lesser, so that your man don't feel like you're doing so you have a say too in your home. That's another intention. So I only have problem with the intention of that person. I do not have problem with a woman seeking that financial stability. I don't have problem. In fact, I want you to. In fact, I want you to be able to stand on your own. I want to be able to look like, okay, I need this. I want to contact you also. Ah, babe, what's up? Ah, I need so thing. Do you understand? I want to see you like that as well. But not within you having it as a backup in case this one fail. Then that is where the problem is. And that is what is happening a lot. So if we are going to teach people this, we have to be able to separate what we're actually teaching them. So they understand that, okay, the financial freedom we're talking about is so that when you are, so you can support your man, so you can support your family, so you can
Kids,
you can support your kids, even when your husband is not there. Because there are a lot of misconception about that word outside, which is the most viral one. And what is it? A woman can stand alone. A woman can do this. Yes, you can. But these are the key points. If you know that you cannot take orders from your husband, don't bother yourself. Marriage is not for you. Sorry.
Well,
No, that's the truth. If you know that you cannot bend, if you know you cannot say sorry, then marriage is not for you.
but then you must lead me correctly because you cannot expect
Why
me to
would
respect
you marry somebody that will not lead you correctly?
No, I'm just speaking now before, for example, obviously I'm not going to marry someone that can't lead, but there's some people that are forced now to respect oh yebo baba, yes, but then the man is doing other things outside. How do you expect the wife to now sit and respect you and cook for you and clean for you, which I'm totally against, and yet you can now still go outside and get a vent?
Okay, so so now, like I always say, what is the intention? So now I see what you're saying. You're referring to if the woman is doing everything that she's supposed to do and the man still goes outside to cheat.
I don't want us to speak about this cheating topic
No,
because
is
it's
that is
broad.
that is that the part you're talking about?
Yes, because
Okay.
for example, sorry, just to explain it, like for example, there's no way that, okay, but then again, I won't marry someone that is not, but like some people unfortunately do end up in relationships or do date. Let's not make it like a fixed, a box it relationship whereby you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or you're dating and then you are expected to act a certain way, especially in the cultural norms that as a girl you must sit a specific way, you have to speak a certain way, but which is like I feel like it's ridiculous. But also like now you have to respect the person and you have to live accordingly, but then that person's not meeting you halfway.
I get you. I get you. So there are a lot of things that could affect this significantly, and one of those things is culture. Do you understand? And there's something I used to say. We speaking, as we're saying these things now, I'm saying things from my own perspective. You're saying yours, but as I'm saying it, either it makes sense to you or it doesn't. Who is actually talking through me? Is it my culture? Is it me being a man? Is it my religion? Is it from my parents? Or is it me, myself, or my society? What do I mean by that? All these things I listed can affect the way we think and the way we decide and choose things. Do you understand?
Yes.
So now, you're married to a Yoruba man. I am a Yoruba man. So in my culture, when you want to serve me food, if there are thousands of people there, you have to serve me differently because I am your man, I'm your husband. You have to respect me like that. That is culture. So if I marry somebody outside of my culture, there will be conflict because I would expect this and I'm not getting it. So it takes communication. And if I am willing to not get it every time, and you are willing to try to give it to me sometimes to make it work. You see, I did not say until you try to make it work, right? Or must make it work. I said, if I am willing to not get it every time, and you are willing to try to do it for me also, sometimes. You see, there's a balance there.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking of my culture. There's no way that we would be, or like people from my culture, like, cha-cha.
But it's, you see, that's how I said cultural differences also affect a lot of things. So if I was that person that wants, oh, I want you to do this, you would know when we're dating. You would have seen it. But the difference and why people are blind to such time is the fact that they are not living together. We can do distance relationship for a long time. The moment we stay together for 1 month, and you see it like Jesus. It's like this person is after my life. He wants to kill me because you cannot take some certain things. Now, what are the things? If you list them out, what are the factors initiating those things? Is it the culture? Is it because he is a man? Is it his environment? Is it from his parents? Is he
It's past.
from a past?
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back. Please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back. So today, as you guys know, the topic or the main goal is basically why should people first find independency before entering a relationship or marriage? So we're still speaking about
So let me go back to the why now. So the why for male is, I already listed it before, is to make sure your wife, your family are doing well, your people are living fine. That's actually what gives men joy. Do you understand? It's not like you're giving me anything. So the only thing that gives me joy is to see you grow.
And also, naturally, men are hunters. Like they want to wake up and
we
work
want
hard.
to do, yeah. So that's what you see. Why I said from the beginning, we are like that. Do you understand? But for women, you are not like that. You are just getting into that realm. We have been in that realm since. But the question I should ask now is, are you built for that realm? Truly, are you built for that realm? No. You don't have the capacity to handle it. You don't have the strength to handle it. You might think you have, but you don't.
Some
Now,
women and some older women have.
so you
have
said
done it.
older women.
They've
How
done
many
it.
of, let me ask you this straight question. I need straight answers before I go back to the why. How many women do you know that has had financial breakthrough in life? They are very big. How many? What is the statistics of those women and are still married?
But it's possible, like, to balance it. But also, it's possible to be independent and be financially like big and still be happy.
No, I
It's
get
not impossible.
you. No, I get you. How many women are financially okay? And when you see, the major problem is finance. If you have the finance, you will be free. Do you understand? So they are financially okay and they are older and they are still married. How many?
It's very like scarce. Rare.
Do you know why? Because let me see if you know. Do you know why?
Because it's not about the money. I think
It's
to
about
them,
what?
or it's not about the independency, or like they are willing to adjust and adapt and respect their husbands regardless of what they have. I think that's why my
That is for the ones that are still married, right? Now, what about the ones that are single? Now,
you must be specific now.
The ones that are divorced or not married at all, but they are very rich.
It's normal and it's okay. Like, yes, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I would rather than be single and not be in a relationship than be married to a husband that has everything but is gallivanting the whole of the universe.
In everything you said now, you see why I said who is talking. So I would ask you, who is actually talking? Is it you? Is it your culture? Is it something that you see that makes you can't see past?
Then again, also all men are not the same.
All men are not the same.
Yeah.
So now let me go back to this. You see, when I say how many women are still married and have money, like they are very big in life
and are married
and are still married, they are very few in the world, not blacks, in the world. Why? Because the capacity in you does not require, I would say these people will come from me, leadership. Do you get? But in true sense, you guys are the best leaders.
We are the leaders. Relax.
Hello. Relax.
Like, I mean, look at us.
Relax. Let me explain.
Look at us.
Because, in fact, I'll take that back. It is not leaders. It is not. Wait, I'll take it back. Wait, listen now. You guys are best at organizing. Nurturing. Because you are equipped with that. We don't have it. If you keep me with a baby, if the baby survive 1 month with me, it's in God's hands. Do you understand? Not because I am a bad person. Do you get? But I am not really equipped to take care of that baby the way the mom would do that. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
But also, me as the guy, I am equipped with the capacity of leadership, of vision. Do you understand? Even though women have strength to support. If you let me give you an example.
I am not with you now.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. But let me give you an example. Women, either you take it or you leave it. And note, remember, there are exceptions to everything. I'm not saying all women. So there are exceptions. Now, some women are leaders of huge entities, right? Now, those women and the entities are really doing fine. Like they are doing big. They are doing big numbers and stuff like that, which is good. But there's one thing that will be missing somewhere for them. Is going to be different from if it is a man that is leading. Do you understand? And then, but the whole organizing is coming from a woman. That's balance. You would be happy as a woman. Because if I face stress as a man, I can suck it in. You can't. You do not have the capacity because you have mood swings every time.
Says who? I mean, I feel like when you're working, there's no time for mood swings. You have to keep going. You need to push. You need to meet deadlines. Yes, I'm not saying women are not moody, but when it comes to business, business is business.
But it tells on something else for you. It tells. That is why the reason why most of these people are not married at home is because they start seeing the husband as he's stressing them because he's asking for small things. Example, you come back from work, you're tired. Yes, I see, I know. Do you understand? I know you're tired. You're stressed. He's now seeking for some things.
For her to cook. Why don't you cook?
No, I'm not specifying. I'm not specifying. Yeah, that's example of what I'm saying. Why don't I cook?
Why don't you cook?
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. The moment you start making me feel like, why don't you cook?
I was at work. You at home. You staying at home.
Why am I staying at home? I'm not at home too. I went to work as well.
But yesterday I cooked, so today you must cook.
You see, the place we're getting it wrong right now is the aspect where you think I must, and where I think you must.
Actually, we're a team.
That's why I should ask again, why? Who is talking? Is it the culture, the man in me that says that I understand that it is my wife that's supposed to cook?
Yeah.
Or my environment, or what I see from my parents? Do you understand? Who is talking? That question, it is very important. Now, a lot of marriage would break because of that basis. Now, accumulation of this conversation, who would cook? I would start saying, this woman does not respect me. You will start saying, this man does not love me enough to take care of the small things because he sees that I am tired, because he sees that I am busy. Yes, I see them.
Okay, fine. Quick question. You want us now to both pay the mortgage 50-50, yet you still expect me to come home, for example, and assume that I must now cook.
Okay, so I'll say it again to you. This thing, it depends on the person you marry. If the person is talking and is saying things like, you have to be the one to do it, before you judge him, who is talking? Is he talking from the cultural aspect of him, or is talking from the man, or whatever it is that is talking in him? Now, for you, who is also talking? Who is also saying he is supposed to cook? Is it you?
It's
or
me.
your work?
It's me. You must cook.
Or the society?
It's me.
Or what you're seeing online?
I'm saying as
okay, so like, if me too, I'm saying no, it is not my place to cook. Who is talking? Is it me?
Okay, personally, is it you or who's talking?
I'm not married yet.
But then again, also, even if I were to get married,
personally,
even if I get married,
personally, for me, let me just talk about me personally now. If I was in that shoe, I'm not an advocate of you have to cook for me. I cook for myself too. I've lived alone for a long time.
Okay, but now
so definitely
you are dating, for example.
But understand though.
Sorry,
okay,
you are dating in a relationship right now. Do you expect your girlfriend now to cook?
If she cook, yes, I expect her to cook. Yes.
You expect her?
Yes, I expect. Yes.
Why?
Why? There's no why.
There's no such. Why must she cook? She doesn't want to cook. She
doesn't cook for herself.
But she doesn't want to cook. For example, if she comes home and she doesn't want to cook and she doesn't want to.
Okay, no problem. No problem. If she doesn't want to cook, no problem. So the question is, if you live alone, won't you cook?
Yes, definitely.
If when you live alone, do you cook or not?
I do.
Do you clean or not?
Definitely.
Do you do every necessary things or not?
I'm living alone. I am, and I do, and I want to.
Okay. So why must it be different now? Me too, when I'm living alone, do I not cook?
You do.
Do I not buy food outside?
But now we are two, meaning that we must work together.
You don't get it yet. Let me explain very well. Personally, I live alone and I cook. Sometimes if I don't feel like cooking, I would order. I can do that on my own, right? Now I am married. The thing is supposed to change. I'm supposed to feel different that I am married. I'm not supposed to do it the way I used to do it when I was still alone.
Why?
There's no why. So why did I marry you then?
Because you love me.
I don't know.
I'm not a prop.
No. The moment you love is just a feeling. It comes and
so
it
basically,
goes.
Marriage is not our business deal because you married me because you're expecting me now to cook.
No, I'm not expecting you to cook, but there has to be a difference. There has to be a difference in my life. Okay. There has to be a difference now. But if you now start seeing it like, oh, why do I have to do it? Then you are not meant to be married. I'm not saying you should not be independent. I'm not saying you should not get your job, but you have to balance. Let me give an example.
Yes, you have to balance it, like work together as a team.
Yes.
Balance it.
So the fact that I am open to understand that you are tired and order food does not mean it should be like that.
But it shouldn't be an issue.
It shouldn't be an issue. Only you can make it an issue or not an issue. Only you. If I ask for it for a whole week and you did not do it, if I stop asking, then there is a problem.
Why
because
are you
I am
asking
your
me?
husband. Why? No,
You
that's
have
a very
hands,
wrong
potato
mentality.
cooker.
No, that's a very wrong way to say it.
Like for me personally, I just believe that people should not be objects or projects or like if a person maybe, for example, speaking like for example, there's a couple and the wife is tired and she doesn't feel like cooking.
Then
it's
don't.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I understand.
Now
It is
people
okay.
are going to be fearing, oh wow, if I do get married, for example, I'm expected to cook and clean every day. I must.
No, but would you stay in a dirty place?
No.
Exactly. Nobody. Okay, I'm saying that this is me personally. Now, you won't stay in a dirty place when you stay alone, right? You cook when you stay alone, and sometimes you order the food. I do the same, right? But I am saying there has to be difference even for you. So when you come back from work, that when you were alone, you have to still maybe order or cook and stress yourself. When you come home, sometimes you should need food too.
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes.
Now you
Do you see?
Now
I've been saying it. I said sometimes. So if I ask you, or maybe you are free, and I say, oh, let's cook, or you cook something, or you did not cook for like a week, I am not supposed to tell you that next week try to do it. Do you understand?
When did you cook?
See.
What day did you cook?
Wait. It is not a competition.
It's
Do you
not,
understand? It is really not a competition. It's supposed to be a togetherness thing. It's supposed to be something we do together. But in the space of you doing it, we have to understand what it is also. God gave us rules. He gave me the rule to love you, and he gave you the rule to respect me back. So I do not have a problem with respecting you. You do not have a problem with loving me. Do you understand? But you see, God twisted it, because what he gave me, he knows that part of me is the hardest part for me to love you. And he knows that what he gave to you as a command is the hardest part for you to respect me. Because by default, you find it so difficult to respect your man. And I find it difficult also to love my wife. Now, it may seem like, so why did you marry? Yes, why did I marry her? But in true sense, God that gave those rules, he knows what he's doing. If we respect that rule, we will not have a problem in that home, regardless of how much independence you have, regardless of how much you have in your bank account, because you respect me regardless. When you go out to a small boy or a girl that plaits your hair, you sit down. If the girl says bend, you bend. All those mood swings, you don't do it to your boss. You don't do it to your pastors. You don't do it to all those people outside, but you pour it on your husband. That is the fact where God was saying, respect him. Because him is supposed to be above those other people. But you do it for those other people. Now think, how do you want him to feel? Respected or not? When he feel that, he doesn't have a choice than to pour the love back in you. Now, I'm not talking about stupid men. They are stupid men. I understand that. There are foolish people outside. A lot of foolish people. I'm not talking about those people. But true, genuine men are turned into something else because they do not get. We are fighting wars outside every day. I should come home to peace. But I'm coming home for a debate. I'm coming home to a place where we have to come and decide, you're supposed to cook, I'm supposed to cook. No.
But I'm also coming
we should
home
get
from
a
work.
maid then.
A helper, you mean?
We should get a maid or an helper. But it doesn't still remove you to do the duty of a wife to me. Why it does not remove me to do the duty of a husband to you.
I understand.
But you have to also respect it too. So regardless of the financial whatever you have, if the intention of your finance is to be above in the house and not respect your place, meanwhile your place is the most important place. If your role fail in the family is gone. Do you know that? No matter how good the man leadership wants to be, if your role as a woman fail in that house, the home is gone. So the man is living based on your emotions. The time your emotions is high, he has to be high. If it's low, have you seen a room where the mother is unhappy? Everybody in the house, they're just like, what happened to mommy? I don't know. And everybody is just doing slow because they don't want to what? Trigger the mother. It happens to the father too, but you know the difference? The difference is that the woman is the anchor.
True.
Of the house. So it is important for you to understand the intention of that thing you are seeking for. I do not have a problem with it. Be as independent as you like. Be as big as you can be in life. But make sure that your intention is, and try also to maintain balance. Maintain balance is important. Your home is in your hands.
Okay, coming back, you mentioned something very important of respect, right? A woman should respect a husband, and a husband should respect and love the woman. Now I understand you. For example, like you're saying that the husband should respect. I will respect my husband, or if I'm in a relationship and I'm dating, I'll respect my boyfriend if he respects me as well, or if he makes me feel kind of a certain way. Definitely. If we're meeting each other halfway, for example, he's respecting me, he's treating me well, I'm treating him well as well. Like, I'm not gonna now be this person of why, and yes, I'll meet him halfway because I'll be matured enough. But now I'm just coming from a thing of that it should be like a relationship whereby there's mutual respect and mutual understanding, and also helping each other where they can. Because if a woman is coming back home from work, for example, and they had a long day, yes, my husband's also tired and had a long day. We should just meet each other halfway because it's a relationship. Yes, I'm not saying that I'm going to go to bed and be like, whatever, I don't care. No, I will respect my husband. I'll tell him, listen, babe, please help me. I'm kind of very tired today. Can we just like maybe quickly order online or whatever? Like, respect. As long as someone respects me, I'll respect them as well.
So now you're talking about respect. You see, the direction or the law is not for you. It's not for me to respect you. That is me being human. I should respect my wife. Do you understand? But the law is for me to love you. Do you get? Why the law is for you to respect me? Yes.
Yes.
So why do you have problem with respect?
Because like in general, like you need to respect people. It's logic.
See, that's why I say that's
when I say respect,
that's the aspect of you being a human. I'm supposed to respect everybody.
Guys, can I please just justify what I mean by respect?
Okay.
I mean, I feel safe in your presence. For example, anyone can come to me and tell me nonsense about my husband. I know that it's not true. I trust my husband so well that when he leaves the house, he's not going to go and do something that's going to embarrass me. That's what I mean by respect.
Cheating. Because since the way I see you talk is like you just like pinpoint that particular thing.
Not even, because for example, if we are now in a setup where we're having dinner with friends, I know for a fact that my husband's going to respect me. He's going to open the chair for me. He's going to offer me a drink. He's not going to shout at me. He's not going to make weird things. Like, that for me is respect. Like coming home at a certain time because my husband said he's going to come home at 8. That's for me is respect. I feel safe in your presence. The way you speak to me, you don't gaslight me. That is for me respect.
Okay. So are you just going to meet a man now and marry the man?
No.
So which means there is a build-up before you decide to marry that man.
But before I even go and look or find or meet, I need independency to know who I am and have the value. So when I meet someone, it's like, no.
Yes, you're right. That is where the independency comes in. First, you have to be able to select. There's something called bare minimum. So you have to be able to understand that bare minimum is just bare minimum. It has nothing to do with either the person love you or not. It's just bare minimum. Me caring for you, me respecting you, me doing some certain things that I am supposed to do as human that I am. Do you understand? It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with I'm your husband. It has nothing to do with all those things. If I was saying something to somebody 3 days ago, like, marry a kind person. If you marry a kind person, either the person love you or not. In fact, be friends with people that are kind, that are kind. Be friends with people that are kind. Then you start seeing things that you don't always get naturally
from other people.
It will now come to you like it's nothing. Then you will be the one to be surprised, like, how? Like, what's this person's motive? Why is this person doing this? Meanwhile, the person just can't. Do you understand? Because you are not used to that certain receiving such things. Do you understand? But now let me go back to what I was saying before. So when you talk about respect, apart from the one that you respect the natural one that should be. Now we're talking about your husband and my wife. Remember, naturally I'll respect you. Do you understand? Now, but you have to give me something different. That is the respect that we're talking about. That is the rule. The difference is understanding that this person is my husband, right? The way I would know that this is my wife, my husband. It is not the general public kind of, it's not the kind of respect you give to your boss. It's not the kind of respect you give to your pastor.
I understand.
So the respect I'm talking about is the one that befits the person you call your husband.
Mm.
Because not everybody is your husband.
True.
You choose that man for a reason.
Mm.
So you choose him, and then you are now there contemplating if you would respect him or not.
Mm.
Then something is wrong with you. Do you understand?
I'm
I
with
choose
you.
to marry this person. Then I'm now thinking if I should love the person or not. Then something is wrong with me.
Mm.
This has nothing to do with me being respectful towards her. It has nothing to do with me being kind towards her. Do you get my point now?
Mm.
So at the end of the day, we should find who is kind. If you find who is kind at heart, we go to the restaurant and I see the way you look down on the waiter.
That's rude.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Does that mean you are a bad person or a good person? Though it's not in my place to decide if you are, but that's a red flag for me.
Mm.
Because I don't know, that means you have no respect for humanity as a whole. Because the person is doing that does not mean the person is less.
Mm.
Do you see that? It has nothing to do with love.
Mm.
It's just you being human. So at the end of the day, the intention of you wanting that independency is what matters. Meanwhile, independency is good. In fact, I advocate for it. I want you to seek it so that you have clear mind. I don't want to go into relationship with somebody I have to start nurturing.
Mm.
I don't want to go into relationship with somebody I have to start teaching. This is how to do. I would guide you. I would lead you. But I want to lead something you already have.
That's why independence comes in then. Or wait.
So there's an advantage to it. The only disadvantage there is the person involved. How is the mindset of the person?
Mm.
Where is the mindset of that person? What was that person thinking of? Some people, they are so poor that all they have is money.
True. Literally.
Do you understand? So if you are that kind of person, you seeking independence is not because you actually need that. It's because you want to show off.
Ego.
It's ego.
Mm.
And like I said, women are not equipped strongly in that direction. The best place for a woman is
The kitchen.
no, I'm not saying I can't even stay with that person.
I was going to come at you.
The best place for a woman, I'm going to face the camera to say this. The best place for a woman is organizing. Now, when you feel happy when everywhere is clean, you feel happy naturally, right?
Mm.
Now imagine your husband is he's the owner of a business.
Mm.
I'm just using business as an example, and you are there to organize it.
I receive businessman.
Do you understand? Do you know how sweet you would feel? That's the same thing you should do to your home. Organize it, because the power, the breaking, the ruining, the happiness, everything in that home is on you. The man is outside. His job is just to go out and come back to peace, right? So organize your home.
Do you know how much work it is to organize a home?
I'm not saying
And
get a maid.
Kids.
Get a maid to
Don't
clean your
use
house.
Maid. Use helper. It sounds nicer.
Get helpers.
Helper.
Get them to clean your house, cook your food, whatever. But the organizing that I'm talking about is not that one. Organizing your home.
I understand.
Aha. So I'm done. Thank you.
No, I fully agree with all your statements. Everything that you just said, I'm fully with you. I agree with that. I was just thinking that it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Imagine having 5 kids, running the house.
What are you doing with 5 kids?
It's
we are not in our father's era anymore.
They are marriages where they have 5 or 4 kids. Yeah.
They are trying, no?
So
may God be with you people.
It's a lot, because the woman has to pick up the kids from school, have to ensure that they're doing their homeworks or go to extra classes. The woman has to ensure that or make sure that the helper is helping wherever. But it's a lot of stress. But I'm not saying it's not doable. It's just I was just thinking it's a lot.
I like what you said now, because at the end of the day, you are right. But do you know why it is I don't want to say it's your job to do, but do you know why you do it better?
Because we were made for it.
Because you are equipped with the capacity to do that. I am not. Let me go and pick the kid at school. I can forget the kid somewhere and come home. Like there are a lot of things. Do you understand?
Also now remember, the woman is working and she's doing this.
Yeah.
How powerful is she? But now my dreams are delaying, or I need to think about you guys first before my dreams. And I can't do that. But then I'm going to be resentful after 10 years. Be like, but this guy achieved this. He's doing this and this. And I don't even have half of that. And my dreams are literally paused.
Okay, so I'm not an advocate of women stopping their dreams because of marriage, because I hate it. It happened to our mothers a lot, and they had to pause their dreams, and a lot of dreams were not achieved because they choose their family. So I'm not advocating for that. I am saying I would prefer if your choice was actually something that you get to decide when to go home, or like you are not under a boss where
Not
you do not
fixed.
you are fixed, like this time is this time and stuff like that, because on the long run that kind of thing is not healthy for the marriage. Do you understand? If you look at the generation of our fathers, the only generation that was best was then. I'm not there are a lot of hiccups there too. Do you get? But when I say best, I mean there are long time marriages,
Because that generation believes in begazilaring
because they believe that the woman
Like,
should
in,
be like this,
and
be like
endure,
that.
endure.
Yes, something like that. But wait, I'm not seeing that part. I'm looking at
The positive parts.
the positive part of it. The advantage of it is that they have long term marriages, like
Lasts.
it lasts long than the ones we have now. The ones we have now, accumulation of little things over the years will build up into something. Then the person you once loved becomes somebody you detest, somebody you don't like anymore. Why? And you fail to actually see that it was actually a build up. So when you just say, oh, something you do that is going to be funny or normal becomes annoying, that shift, it's there because of something. Do you understand? So in any place you are, try to communicate well, communicate truly, exactly how you feel. Do you understand me? And if you think that if you see that it's not helping you, get a therapy or something like that.
No, but then you should have went to therapy before you even go into a relationship in the
Do you know
first
how many
place.
do you know how many therapy that you go to and you still have issues in your marriage?
I'm
Anyways,
not saying
that is all. Thank
that's
you.
not true, but like just before we wrap it up, so the main purpose or the main goal of this episode is that what we're trying to teach out there is that it's very important to first find yourself before entering a relationship or getting married.
Yes.
What I mean by that is rediscover yourself so that you are not dependent on the marriage, and marriage is not your everything. Literally, you live for it. So that is very important, to find yourself, rediscover yourself, educate yourself, and find your dreams, so that when you do not enter the marriage or the relationship or whatever, you are full. You know what you want, what you don't want. You know how to adjust. You know how to adapt. Also, when you find yourself before, you also work on your issues. For example, conflict management, or also like you know how to work on your toxic traits as well, so that when you enter a relationship, you are healthy and you know like what you bring to the table. That's what my goal is. Also, to find yourself financially as well, like learn financial literacy, so that when you enter a relationship, you are whole, you have your own money. I'm not saying to boost or to brag or to get an ego, but just for the safety net. Also, you can help your husband when he needs something. You can help with when the kids need things as well. So that is the main aim for this goal. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you have any questions, please comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.